Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Check-In. We are on episode 8 of the archive season, and yes, you are reading that correctly. On today's episode, we have the manager of Swims Backwards is Smiws. That is yours truly, Jay Kula. Me coming at you from the first person today. Um, Drinking whiskey coke, classic. You guys didn't see that? All right. Already pissing myself off by doing that. Yeah, going solo today. I've got family over and helping my mother-in-law move to a new place. I'm on baby duty. She's taking a nap, so I'm home with her. While everyone else is, you can't really see that, while everyone else is helping my mother-in-law move into her new apartment. So, not sure if I'm going to have time tonight to get one of these in, so I'm sneaking it in during nap time. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in my life right now. Um, Moving on. This is gonna be a quick one probably because it's just me. How's my team looking? It's looking absolutely fantastic. I am in tied, three-way tie for first place. Um, Very happy with my team. I love a good trade, so I've been trying to think of different trades with people. I'm always looking to move, but after looking at this team, um, I just don't think I should move anyone. Can't do too much. A little nervous about my flex position this week. I do have Mixon, Higgins on bye, Tank Dell. He's on a bye, but he's out with a concussion anyway, so those would be my normal go-tos. So going with Romeo in the flex. We'll see how that works out for me. Um, but yeah, hopefully if everyone stays healthy, this is the team I'm rolling with. Um, yeah, very positive stuff. Uh, my matchup this week is Layman, one of the other two that are tied for first place. Um, so whoever wins between me and Layman will be in first place. If Dillman loses this week, whoever wins between me and Layman will have sole possession of first, so potentially a big week. Um, he had New Orleans play on Thursday. They scored 4 points, so below average there, so I'm feeling good. But it looks like he's got his full team and healthy. Projections 132 to 141, me with a slight advantage. So I hope that holds up. But yeah, I think I'll take that one. So very excited for it. So for power rankings, I'm pretty much just going to do that. I'm going to look at each matchup for this week and just kind of tell you what I think about the teams. Starting with me and Layman, like I said, I think I'm going to win. Um, my team healthy minus my flex, who Romeo could go off. I think he had 1 point last time I played him. Layman's team, top to bottom, looks great. Aaron Jones back in action. Ramondre, he's on a really shitty team, so we'll see what he does. But I love Brandon Ayuk as his flex. If I had him on my team, he'd probably be in my wide receiver one spot, but can't be mad about that. He's got a good bench too. I like Rashid Rice, another guy I drafted and let go of possibly too early. Um, just thankful that Justin Jefferson and James Conner are on IR. Otherwise, I think he'd run away with the regular season. Moving on, we've got the real champ and Ditka's ham bones. It looks like, especially after the 29 performance, Thursday night performance from Kamara, it looks like John's got the slight edge in projections here. And of course, Randy's got Christian McCaffrey. Won't know until Monday. It doesn't look like he has a pivot, so potentially tomorrow he's picking up another Monday night player. Otherwise, uh, he's riding or dying with Christian McCaffrey playing. We'll see what he does. John's team, he made that big trade. Um, he's relying on Kirk Cousins in prime time. I just heard he has a 36% winning percentage in prime time. That's very bad. And I think he's just going to be rushed the whole time. No JJ, so that'll be tough. Beyond that, I like Waddle on the flex. Evans, Zay Flowers, you never know. He'll probably get a touchdown, but we'll see how many receptions he gets. And Randy's team, solid. He's got Diggs, Bijan, Waller, Pickens. Who knows? We'll see. That should be a close one as well. I'll give it to John just because of the strong Kamara start and the uncertainty of Christian McCaffrey, I guess. Then we got JC versus Dillman. Dillman loves him some Jaguars, and it worked out well for him, scoring 60 points between 4 players. I don't know math, but that seems like it's pretty good. I think that's like, 15 points a player. It's really good. And then Justin had a strong performance from Olave. Unfortunately, Kirk outplayed him a little bit in that matchup. Dillman projected 20 points more. Um, with Dillman's luck and just having a good team, I think Dillman will win. A little deep dive into Justin's team. He's starting Brock Purdy against a bad Minnesota defense. That could be great, but he has Kareem Hunt in his RB2, which I do not know if that's a good call or not. I would probably start Jeff Wilson over Kareem Hunt, but that's just me. Chubb and Montgomery in the IR, very tough for that guy. Dillman's team, it's outside of just luck. He's got a good roster. The Jaguars are looking good when they look good. Gus Edwards in the RB2, questionable, but he's got, unfortunately, Pollard and Pierce on bye in the same week. So, hopefully he can just sneak a win in here, and he should be pretty good. I'll give it to Dillman. Then we have Mitch and Bax. Mitch has not set his lineup yet. I don't know what else he has going on, so I can't believe he's just not worried about fantasy. I'll switch my drink over to this side. Come on, man. You got to be committed to fantasy here. A lot of guys on bye. CD's on bye. Garrett Wilson on bye. Chuba Hubbard on bye. That's tough. So he's starting Brian Robinson, Jerome Ford, Zach Evans. We'll see if he plays. Not looking good, though. I think he's going to remain a one-win team. I'm sure he doesn't care at this point. He's got a new bundle of joy at home. Congrats. Really happy for you there. Backs. Let's see. He's got a couple KC players. Anytime you got KC players, you're probably going to do well. Pacheco and Mahomes probably the two of the three best players on the team. Obviously, Kelsey being the best on my team. I like Cook. Kind of want to trade for him. Watson, kind of the same as Dobbs. Green Bay just needs a good game, and I think Love spreads the ball out enough that could have multiple receivers doing well. I like Hawkinson. Kittle he's either going to score you like 20 points or 0 points, so hopefully it's actually I don't care. Don't care which one it is. Really have no care who wins this game. I think I'm going to give it to Bax, though, just because Mitch's team is in the dumps right now. He's going to have to just pull off a crazy trade or just get super lucky to make the playoffs this year. Sorry, Mitch. Last matchup is Brad versus Brandon. I'm sure there's been a lot of texting between the two of them. Just two good pals playing each other in fantasy. Projections have Brad crushing Brandon here. I know we're talking about Brandon potentially being a top team now that he has all of his players. I kind of put him in the same boat as Randy, although he does have a couple more wins. He's got a good team, but a couple unlucky losses. We're getting to kind of the end of the season here already, believe it or not. He might limp into the playoffs, but if he does get to the playoffs, he will be a tough team to play. Calvin Ridley, questionable start, 1.5 points. That's definitely going to help Brad get a dub here. I think they're both 3-3, so both wanting a big win here. How many teams are 3-3? Yeah, so they're kind of fighting it out for fifth place there. 6 teams get in, so yeah, Brandon can still afford some losses. Brad can still afford some losses, but they definitely both want to win. As far as their teams, Brad, he's got a really good team. I love his team. I think his players are finally healthy. Eckler, he's got Gibbs, let's see what he does by himself. I think David Montgomery already was out a game, and so they said they were going to give it to Gibbs a bunch, but then Gibbs, I don't even think had a good game. I don't know. I could be wrong. Cole Kmet, he's either going to score 1 point or score 3 touchdowns. So who knows? They got a new quarterback, so I'm guessing it's going to be the 0 points. Um, yeah, I think Brad has enough pieces. Brad, I think you should trade for a good tight end. Go make a blockbuster trade. You got some good depth at running back. I think you need to do something about it. Um, but yeah, if he gets lucky and his players play, Devonta Smith up and down season. I think he's been playing hurt all year. I think he has the potential to be a really, you know, good team. And I think between him and Brandon, whoever makes the playoffs, they might have some upsets in the playoffs. Brandon, we've been talking about it this whole season. Great team. Cup, Taylor is going to probably get, 60, 70% of the share, the offensive share there. He was about 50-50 last week, so I think they're going to bump up his snaps each week. Chase and Hall on bye, that's tough. So there's a couple teams affected by the bye. I'm interested to see, and maybe this will be part of the bet, I don't know, but Herbert over Stafford. I really like Stafford this week, although the projection's less, and it's hard not to start Justin Herbert. I wouldn't be surprised if Stafford scores more points than Herbert. So, but I think Herbert's a fine start. Terry McLaurin in the flex, I think he's due for a big game. Um, I'm going to talk more about this game in my bold prediction for this week, so we'll get back to that. Bet of the week, though. So I think my bet of the week is going to be. You know what? No, my bet of the week is going to be, I think, the Brad Brandon matchup will be the highest combined points this week. Some might say it's going to be mine and Layman's game might be highest, but I'm going to say that Brandon v. Brad will be the highest scoring game. I can't bet with myself, so if any of you think that there's going to be a separate matchup that scores more points, text me. We'll bet $5 on it. So yeah, again, I think Brandon will be the highest combined score. I think Brandon will outscore his projection there. And although Ridley only scored a point, I think he'll make up for it. All right, my one bold prediction. This is primarily based off the fact that I've looked at Dillman's schedule because if you guys want a good laugh, look at Week 10 matchup between me and Dillman. I believe like 6 out of my 9 starters are on bye, so that's pretty much a guaranteed win for him. And because of that, I looked at his schedule, and I think my bold prediction is that Dillman is going to finish as the first place team in the regular season. I think he will be in first place when all is said and done. In the playoffs, however, I don't think he's going to make it to the championship. I think he'll fall short and get upset in the playoffs. So, Dillman, first place regular season. I think he'll get upset for second round. So, that's my bold prediction. Even though he's a fraud, I think he's going to fraud his way to a regular season championship. Yeah, I think I covered it all. We still have Bax and Mitch on the board for these interviews. I'm hopefully got some fun stuff coming up after we finish those two. We'll kind of mix it up for the last couple of weeks. If you have any feedback, any ideas, let me know. I've had fun doing these. If other people want to be involved more, maybe some other people host every so often. I'm totally cool with that. I hope you guys have enjoyed the pod. Talk to you soon. Peace out.